Welcome back. 7 minutes before the top of the hour, Congressman Charlie Rangel is giving up his powerful leadership post on the House Ways and Means Committee. Well, at least temporarily, after the House Ethics Committee found he accepted corporate money for trips to the Caribbean. There's a lot at stake here, so what does this mean for the political landscape? We're joined by two congressmen, New Jersey Democrat Robert Andrews and Arizona Republican John Shadegg. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
All right, Congressman Andrews, this is your side of the party, the Democratic side. Do you agree with the fact that Charlie Rangel stepped down, at least temporarily?
Yes. I think that Mr. Rangel should be focusing on his ethics investigation and his constituents, and the country should get focused on the issues of jobs and health care. So, yeah, I think that him no longer running the committee is the right thing.
Congressman Shadegg, a lot of people were saying, wow, these allegations have been out there for a long time. What took so long?
I think that's a great question. I think in matters of ethics, you ought to act, not react. In this case, House Democratic leadership decided to wait and did not act with regard to Mr. Rangel until it became evident that they had to act. Indeed, there was going to be a vote on the floor of the House that would have been embarrassing for Democrats, and so they reacted, and now he stepped aside. I think that's a good thing.
Congressman Andrews, where do you fall on the line with regard to temporary or permanent?
Well, I think that that's a decision the House will make when the Ethics Committee has finished its investigation. Look, the people that I represent, and I'm sure it's true, John's constituents, want everyone in positions of authority to be trustworthy, but they want us to then get to work on the things that affect their lives. And that's what we're going to do, and the Ethics Commission, or Committee rather, will finish its work.
Well, it's true, is it not, Congressman Shadegg, that the allegations facing Charlie Rangel that haven't even been discussed yet are even more serious? I think we documented some of those over on our big screen over here. I mean, there are a series of other problems that he's facing, correct?
Yes, absolutely. And they go, quite frankly, to the jurisdiction of his committee. They go to allegations that he didn't comply with the tax code, of which he is, at least as chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, the author. I would agree with Rob, though, that this is a distraction and that it's very important to us to get on to the people's work and do what needs to be done. They want us working, most importantly, on jobs in this economy. There are a lot of people suffering right now.
Well, that's interesting. That's interesting you bring up jobs, though, because we're focusing on health care. Are we not, Congressman Andrews? And how does this political situation with Charlie Rangel affect the health care movement?
The Congress is very much focusing on jobs. The House passed a jobs bill in December. The Senate passed a jobs bill, I guess it was last week, and we're trying to put the two together. And it really is the #1 priority. Health care is related to jobs. Companies that are being crushed by high health care costs find it very hard to grow and hire people. John Shadegg, by the way, is one of the members who's been working on this problem for a very long time, has some very creative ideas about interstate competition that I happen to agree with, and we're trying to work into the bill. So I think that health care is about jobs if it's done right.
Congressman Shadegg, I'll let you respond to that.
Well, I wish Rob were right about what we're focused on. The reality is we're now almost a full year into a health care debate. It is a vitally important debate, but it seems we can't move on. It seems in the last year all we've done is health care. That's all we're doing right now. That's what the president is focused on. We're going to move forward, apparently, to trying to push this bill through a reconciliation process, which will require House Democrats to vote for everything that's currently in the Senate bill. I think Rob is right that there are things that we could be working together on. Unfortunately, that's not happening. It appears we're going to press forward one more time and try to pass the current legislation, and then perhaps after it passes, tinker with it. And I don't think that is where the American people want us to be focused. Unfortunately, it looks to me like the president has got a death grip on a bill that's unpopular with the American people, at least the overwhelming majority of them.
Congressman Andrews, are you voting yes or no on health care?
Well, if it's the plan the president's put forward that cuts costs and helps improve quality and covers people, I will support that. And I would say to John that
no,
we
wait a
have
minute.
focused on...
You know what he's going to have in his bill right now. Are you voting yes or no?
We have to read the bill first. I mean, I think most people want us to do that. But if it's what has been proposed, sure, I support those things.
And Congressman Shadegg, I think I know where you fall on it.
I think you do. I think if Rob were right, if it would cut costs, or if it would solve the problem for people with pre-existing conditions, if the president was willing to listen substantively to Republican ideas and not just do tinkering on the edges, then I think we could solve this problem. Because Rob's right, there are middle ground areas. There are places where Republicans and Democrats agree.
Wow, very interesting, and thank you so much for being so honest about that this morning.
Thank you.
Congressman Andrews and Congressman Shadegg, interesting debate.
My pleasure.